Poles have elected members of the European Parliament. Almost 12 million eligible voters went to the polls, a turnout of just over 40%. This is lower than 5 years ago. The two main parties garnered the vast majority of the seats out of the 53 allocated to Poland. Civic Coalition 21, Law and Justice 20. Confederation won 6 seats, defeating the third way on the left with 3 seats each. The 10th term of the European Parliament will begin tomorrow, but MEPs will not start work until mid-July. Informal talks will be held this week about expanding the existing political groups or merging them. There is hope that we can have a real impact on changing climate or migration policy. The distribution of seats looks like this. Contrary to our hopes, nothing will change. No, look at the fact that we have about 100 seats unaffiliated. What does this mean? Probably 6 of the Confederation's MEPs are counted amongst those unaffiliated. The results of the European elections have led to a change in the French political scene. Right-wing leader Marine Le Pen is celebrating her party's victory, while far behind her is the party of President Emmanuel Macron, who has decided to dissolve parliament. The first round of elections will be held on the 30th of June. It is worth noting that it is the victory of Le Pen's national unity that will strengthen the right-wing front in Europe. I have decided to return the choice regarding the future of our parliament to you. Tonight I am dissolving our National Assembly. The decision is serious and difficult, but above all it is an act of trust in you, my fellow citizens. Sensational news is also coming from Belgium. Prime Minister Alexander de Croo, along with his government, has resigned after a surprisingly poor result for his party. The inefficiency of the European Union as it relates primarily to the security of its citizens is so evident that citizens are fleeing from those so far in power. In Germany, on the other hand, the conservative AfD achieved its best result ever, even beating Chancellor Olaf Scholz's SPD. The election was won by the Christian Democrat CDU-CSU coalition. Chancellor Scholz may be forced to resign because of his party's third place, which cannot be considered a success. Environmental policy in Germany is already ceasing to gain traction, and the Greens have a serious problem. Conservative parties in Italy, led by Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni, emerged even stronger from Sunday's elections. In Spain, the centre-right one. In the Netherlands, the Greens and the Labour Party. It's a shame that the right-wing parties received so many votes. I would have preferred parties with a democratic profile to have a better result. I am concerned about the direction in which Europe is heading, but the increase in support for the right is a clear sign that I am no exception. It turns out that Russia and Belarus have also made their mark in the European elections. Poles there elected the Civic Coalition. In the United States, on the other hand, Law and Justice won. Simply put, this myth, which was created by Donald Tusk that Law and Justice has some contacts with Russia or ties to Russia, is collapsing. Absolutely not. Today, Law and Justice activists have the right to say that it is the Civic Coalition that has more ties with Russia. After the elections, there will be a reshuffle in the top positions of the European institutions. In play is the seat of the President of the European Commission, Parliament and the European Council. It is in the fight for these positions that the right-wing front can take advantage of its better position.